So we just moved to Texas. By we, I mean my family of 4 and another member of our project called Jesus Village, who is a family of 8. We moved to Texas onto Big Ol' Ranch, where we're gonna start our first real community of homesteading, off-grid Christians who want to work together, live together, worship together, live traditionally, and build cool stuff. We recorded the whole journey down here so that you guys could see what it took to be able to make this all happen and get you a better picture as to what we want to try to build here. Yeah.
Come on, Adelaide. It's a little cold. So we got them yesterday.
Yeah, we just started packing it up. You can see what's in here already. Put in here.
You're videoing?
Yeah, it's for the vlog.
They're gonna think I'm abused in here.
Okay, cut that out.
Yeah.
She actually didn't really start.
Strollers in the utility room. Get out, get the girls down for a nap.
Because you guys are going to fix the truck. So we got 5 boxes, and it was how much? Like around $4 grand. Because the pod boxes didn't service in our area. So we got
pretty quick. They came in like a day.
Yeah.
We drove like 60 miles to drop it off. Kind of hike. Oh, wait.
I don't know. Okay.
We are moving.
Texas?
Texas.
Texas?
Texas.
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 Texas. Tennessee.
Oh, okay.
Texas.
Vinny, say hi.
Who's siphoning?
Gasoline, probably.
You want to help siphon gas? No. Oh, okay.
Nah, it doesn't go to the bottom.
Really? No way.
Yeah, which is good because if it was been there for a couple years, water will go to the bottom.
Right.
Planning on moving to like the, you know, like gym, but specifically for Evelyn alone. But
Bro, it's on video.
good.
Why are you insulting me right now? Are you serious?
Perfect timing.
No, it's not. Oh, I like that.
So did you buy this in 2020?
Yeah, somewhere around there. Yeah, during the pandemic.
So this has been here for over 5 years then.
Yeah, probably.
Rio. The truck won't start.
If you hear anything, any kind of buzzing, any kind of noise at all, put your head down where you can hear it.
Yeah, I hear buzzing.
Yeah.
You did?
A high-pitched frequency buzz. Maybe it is dead. So this is really weird. So the truck battery seems to be like low or dead, like it's not working. We can't figure out why. Tried jumping in with the jumper box, not working. Wow, as Dory said yesterday, she was like, I feel like something really bad is gonna happen tomorrow. I don't know what it is, but I feel like something's going on. I don't know why she felt that way. It doesn't sound like she was totally wrong. I guess we'll see if it starts soon, because we got reservations at campgrounds for the next 3 days. Not sure how that's gonna work out, but I guess we'll find out.
Can't run on water.
Josh. Oh wait.
Yeah.
Would you like to explain to me what's going on with the car, the truck?
Yeah, we had some stored gas for years and it got condensation in it, so we sucked water and sediment into the throttle body and into the gas tank and all the fuel lines. So we have to drain all the gas and we have to rebuild the throttle body.
What do you think?
All my women like it long.
Hi. Hi. Hello. Did you even start it?
Move? Honestly, on my honest opinion, I thought it was actually like
Rather difficult
Exciting.
and strenuous
Horrible. A mess.
and tumultuous.
just like a joyride, honestly.
I sort of liked it, but
I sat in the back and I was like sleeping most of the time. and like the dog was kind of annoying. Great White Pyrenees, pretty big, maybe like, yeah, his head's kind of like here, kind of. Just kept like rubbing its ass.
I can't wear the same clothes that I wore down here ever again because it gives me a bad taste in my mouth.
It's like, it's shedding hair everywhere.
The truck we drove down in, every time I sit in it, it feels like the day that we drove here. I feel disgusted. The stench is horrible. Bad PTSD.
Yeah, Calvin, where was the dog?
Right in front by the 2 doors, like crammed in there.
Okay, what'd you think about camping?
I didn't like that much. It's very cold. And I got kicked out of the tent, so I slept outside.
A disaster.
Horrible.
There was no fire.
Oh yeah, we're gonna save some money and it's gonna be like not bad.
There was no food.
Cold.
It was cold.
There was a cold front coming in, so it was even worse.
Ended up being like sub-zero and we're freezing our balls off.
We thought it would get warmer,
I slept outside the tent.
It sucked.
and we were forced to sleep on a bench seat in a truck the second night.
Yes. It just sucked. It was the most worst thing I've ever done.
And so that wasn't fun at all, guys.
Yeah, total failure.
I told Jess it was a bad idea, but
Oh. Ozzy and Berkeley fighting in the back.
Probably.
Saber climbing through our van was absolute hell.
I'm trying to think of something not illegal.
Ozzy's like, you want to do this now? And Berkeley didn't even look at Ozzy in the eyes, just playing on his tab. And Berkeley's like, yeah. And Ozzy unbuckles and jumps over piles of clothes and is trying to attack Berkeley.
Laying on us, stepping on our vegetables.
At the time, we wanted to like throw ourselves off a cliff because we had filled the truck with water instead of gasoline.
And Dad looks in the back mirror and sees them two like rolling on top because it's like piled, so like there's no seats. They sat underneath the rubble, like bags piled to the ceiling. And so they climbed on top of the bags to get each other.
It was a nightmare, you know, being up to like 3 a.m. trying to fix the motor. But now we can look back on it and be like, that was kind of funny and fun and we got it rolling.
Yeah, he was jumping all over us. It was absolute hell. He was trying to jump out the window.
the things that are funny to look back on that weren't funny then, that are funny now, are all illegal. I can't share.
But we made it, baby.
There we go. So we just arrived in Texas, and as you probably saw before, the day we wanted to leave, we couldn't leave because we got a bunch of water in the gas tank of the truck right there, and there was like 2 gallons of water in it, so we had to get all that water out, basically totally tear apart the what's that thing called, throttle body. Yeah, we had to tear that apart. Pretty rough. But we left like a day late, and then so originally we were gonna have an 8-hour driving day, then we're gonna have a 4.5-hour driving day, 6.5-hour driving day, then 8 hours to here. And so instead, we just cut out the second stop. Then it was 2 campgrounds that we're staying at overnight, like from PA to Texas. So we did 8 hours, the first one, which was in Virginia, and then we did 10 hours to the one that we had in Arkansas. And then from Arkansas to here was another 8. Just got here today. So that's the Jesus Mobile over there. That is the van. Both of our families arrived in those 2 vehicles today. Yeah, now that we're here, we're gonna be establishing the first actual mini or micro Christian community that's a part of the Jesus Village project. We're gonna be building the first 2 buildings. And the first 2 buildings is gonna be pole barn, which is kind of going to be an extension of what's called the workshop over there. And the workshop is kind of like an office space to work in and like a gym space and so other generic uses, I guess you could say. We're going to be building a second pole barn, which is going to have like more stuff like that. And then Josh, who's one of the elders of the Jesus Village community, he has a huge library of like 1,000 books. So I think we're going to put that in there because that would be pretty cool. The other building we're going to be putting up is just going to be a mini home. Me, my wife, and my 2 kids are going to be like the first official family to move into one of the Jesus Village mini homes that'll be here in Texas. We'll be building both of those buildings alongside the Amish that are in the area, so we'll help them build it and they'll help us build it, the first 2 correctly. But then we're going to be building a bunch of other mini homes for other Christian families that will be moving in to this particular micro community. We're also doing like a lot of the work related to media and tech stuff. There's a lot of stuff that we have like ideas about, like a vlog is one of them, obviously. So there'll be a lot of that stuff going on as well. And before we do all that, we're going to try to make this property a bit more of a functioning homestead. The guy who owns it's got some chickens and stuff, some garden beds, but I think we're going to get cows and goats. It'll be like more of a functioning homestead, so then the Christian families that join the community and live on the property with us have some the homesteading resources that we'll be able to provide, which will make us self-sufficient as an off-grid community. I was also going to give a quick tour of like what the property has, so you guys kind of know what the layout is for this first community is going to be like. Over there is the entrance. That's the driveway. goes along there. The white gate is like where the front is. Over here is a lake, and it has this whole setup with like the canopies and the docks, because last year when Josh first visited, he met the guy that owns the place, who's the investor for the whole Jesus Village project, which is why we're here. So when Josh came here, he drove here from Washington in a truck. He just went from Washington to Texas. It's like a bunch of deserts. It was super hot. So the first thing he asked the investor when he got here was like, can I just like jump in your pond? He was like, I guess. So when we came back here for the second time, we came here and this whole deck was like set up for us to use as like a swimming thing, which was really neat. Over there, we have the party barn. Oh wait, so there's a party barn, and that's for like a dorm space. The guy who owns the property was actually doing his own ministry first before working with people who are in the tech space, like I guess like software development and coding and that kind of thing. And he was working with like a bunch of guys who had a lot of talent but didn't have a lot of like resources and money. Give them a space to like work, but also a place where they could spiritually grow in their faith as Christians. And so his kind of project ties in really well with what the Jesus Village project is all about. When he met Josh, he was like, this kind of like makes sense for us to like work together and live together and do this whole thing together. So that's kind of what's going on over there. That's also Josh over there. I don't know if you can see him. That's the house that his family and my family are staying in for now. There's like enough space for us in there to live there because it's pretty big, but eventually we want to build out those other homes so that we have like the whole community set up. So that's why we'll be going out there. Adelaide, come here. Let's do a time lapse of me walking through this. So over there is the garden beds. They need some help. I think some of Josh's girls are gonna be helping out with that. Right over there is the chicken coop. So that's where all the chicken roosts and stuff like that. They're hanging out in there now. You can kind of see them. But yeah, so that's the chicken coop. I think that's pretty much the extent of the homesteading aspect to the properties so far. And then over here, Adelaide, here, hold my hand. Over here is the workshop. Like I said, that's kind of where all of the tech work goes on at. Over there, that wooden fixture is a sauna, and then right next to it is a cold plunge, which is pretty neat. Good for like some sort of health thing or biohacking or whatever. I want to show you guys inside the workshop because that's pretty cool. So inside, so in here, there's like the gym space over there. This is where we recorded a podcast episode. I think we're considering putting a new podcast setup if we build that whole barn to put that in there. This is the whole office setup. So there's like desks and stuff. Over here, there's a bunch of tech stuff. I think there's like a 3D printing setup in here. So there's a gym area. We like work out in the mornings. There's like a bunch of stuff in here that you can do like a ton of activities for. So it's got a lot of utility. It's pretty neat. Behind this is where all the potential is at. So when you walk outside here, from here all the way to that fence is all space for the property. And it goes like all the way down there. You can kind of see like the fence, it just keeps going. I think it is a 20-acre property. So there's definitely like a lot of room to do a lot of cool stuff. There's definitely like a lot of room for like things that we can start up here that will be great, operating a Christian community and homesteading and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, I'm super excited about it.
Just recorded like 10 minutes of footage and I forgot to turn the mic on. So that sucks, but it's fine. I'll do it again. I just finished wrapping up the vlog of my family and the Johnson family moving down from Pennsylvania to Texas to establish our first real Jesus Village location. Watching it back, I was really surprised with everything that happened and the way that it did. It was almost like a story. Like it seemed like it was scripted, like it wasn't even real. It's just unreal how everything happened. When you're on a mission serving the Lord, it shouldn't be too surprising that you'll get some pretty awesome stories from literally the master storyteller. So in short, the Jesus Village is a group of Christians coming from all denominations who are looking to get into or already are homesteading, seeking to be off-grid, self-sufficient, and detached from mainstream institutions. We want to work together in a traditional way that looks really different from modern society, if anything more like your average village straight out of Christendom. And establishing this first village and other villages in the future is a pretty daunting task. It's a huge goal. It's going to require a lot of effort, a lot of ambition, and a lot of drive to get there. So if you're a Christian and you and your family want to live radically different from modern society, you want to live and work with other Christians who want that as well, you're ambitious and ready to take on a big project, then we'd love to have you check out our Jesus Village website where there's a form you can fill out. And after filling that form, if you're interested in talking about living in this village and we feel like you might be a good fit for us, then hopefully we'll be able to invite you out here and possibly have you be our next village member. But also, if you are a Christian and a daunting project like this isn't going to be something that's a good fit for you and your family, but you're still interested, you're in support of the mission, you like what we're about, then I invite you to subscribe to our channel, check out our Jesus Village website, and also check out the website of one of our elders, which is the Christian Exodus Project, so you can keep up with our blog posts and articles as well. We want to be able to provide resources for Christians who really support our mission and what we want to do, even though they know that moving into a village and definitely like being in the building phase of establishing this village isn't going to be a good fit for them and their family with where they're at. We'd like to offer more resources to those types of families as well in the future. So if that's you, you want to offer support, you want to just stick around and see what we do, definitely check out the channel and our websites. So we also recorded another vlog of our first day after arriving here on the property, showing us setting goals and plans and routines for our lives since being here. If you've been following along and you want to see what happens next, definitely subscribe and turn on those notifications so that you know when the next part of the story comes out. And we'd love to have you along for the journey. So I'll see you guys in a week. God bless.